Have you ever stood in your home, maybe in the hallway, or by the kitchen sink and thought, why does it still feel heavy? The counters are wiped. The dishes are done. The floors are clean. But something in the air feels like it hasn't moved in a long time. You've kept things together, paid the bills, showed up for your responsibilities. You've done the work. And yet, money seems to come in waves that don't last. Opportunities knock, but feel like strangers who never really come in. Even the people you love seem more distant lately. And the worst part? Nothing looks wrong. That's what makes it feel so confusing. Here's what most people don't realize: energy doesn't disappear when things go unsaid. It lingers. It builds up. Not as drama, not as chaos, but as a quiet kind of weight that lives in the spaces we forget to notice. The places we walk past every day, without a second thought. And over time, that stagnant energy can start to block flow of money, of peace, of connection. It's not superstition. It's not magic. It's simply the natural result of a home holding too much of what you've been too tired to release. This video is about something simple. A substance you probably already have in your pantry: white vinegar, and 3 overlooked places where placing or using it may help your space breathe again. These aren't deep rituals. They're not expensive solutions. But they are powerful because they help you do something that matters: gently release what has been stuck. So, if there's a part of your life that feels like it's been trying to move forward, but keeps circling back, stay with me. You might just find that what needs to shift isn't you. It's the energy in your home, quietly waiting to be noticed. Number 1. The tired doorway where energy has been turned away. There's a place in your home that sees you more often than your closest friend. A place you pass through every day, sometimes rushing, sometimes sighing, sometimes just numb. You don't stop there. Not really. You grab your keys, twist the knob, swing it open or shut, and move on. But the doorway, your doorway, remembers. It remembers how you came home that night holding back tears. It remembers when you stormed out after a fight. It remembers the silence that sat between you and someone you love. Energy leaves impressions, just like fingerprints on glass, and the doorway is where they start to accumulate. In Feng Shui, we call this the mouth of Kai, the point where energy first enters your home. Not just physical air or sunlight, but the subtle flow of opportunity, clarity, even wealth. If this point is blocked, neglected, or heavy with residual emotion, what comes into your home must pass through a filter that distorts its quality. Good energy doesn't vanish, it just gets turned away. It knocks, feels unwelcome, and moves on. You may still be doing everything right, working hard, staying organized, keeping things clean, but something isn't landing. Money arrives, but doesn't stay. Plans begin, but stall. Conversations feel tense, and you can't quite put your finger on what's off. Think of your doorway like the first impression your life gives to the world, and the first impression the world gives back to you. If it's cluttered with emotional residue, it doesn't matter how tidy the rest of your house is. The signal is already scrambled before the message gets through. The doorway is not just a physical boundary. It's an energetic one. And when that boundary is fogged with old, unspoken weight, new energy doesn't know where to go. This is why using vinegar here matters, not because vinegar is magic, but because vinegar shifts something physical and energetic at the same time. It cuts through buildup. It tells the space, this is no longer being ignored. You're not just wiping a handle, you're acknowledging that this spot in your life deserves to be clear, intentional, and open. So here's what I want you to do. Find a moment when the house is quiet. No distractions. Mix a small bowl, half a liter of water, 5 teaspoons of white vinegar. Optional, a drop of lemon juice or a pinch of sea salt, but simple is fine. Grab a clean white cloth, and before you even touch the door, pause. Not for ceremony, just to breathe. Just to remember that this is not regular cleaning. This is energetic maintenance. Start on the inside of the door. Wipe the frame top, sides, bottom, slowly, then the knob, then the threshold where your feet step, then the welcome mat. Move outward, always outward. As you move, don't rush, and don't multitask. Feel the shift in the air, even if it's subtle, especially if it's subtle. This is about teaching your space to receive again. While you clean, you can say it silently or out loud: I release what no longer belongs. I welcome what is ready to arrive. Or you can say nothing and simply feel the difference. You might not notice it right away. But here's what I've seen again and again in the days after this ritual: things begin to move. Not with fanfare, but gently. Conversations soften. Delays ease. That call you were waiting for comes through. Not because the universe owed you, but because your space finally knew how to say yes. One woman I guided did this after telling me, "It feels like life is always 5 steps behind me." She had done all the things: financial planning, decluttering, even therapy. But her entryway had never been touched in this way. After doing the vinegar ritual just once, she messaged me 3 days later. Not because something massive had changed, but because everything felt slightly more possible. Her husband, usually gruff, offered to make her tea. Her daughter called just to chat. Her own body felt more rested waking up. She said, "It's like my house remembered how to be kind to me." That is the power of this practice. Not in adding something new to your life, but in removing what's quietly been standing in the way. The tired doorway isn't broken. It's just full of moments no one acknowledged, full of exits and entries that carried too much. Vinegar is the invitation to begin again. It doesn't fix everything, but it clears the threshold. And once that path is open, energy begins to move again without force, without confusion. Before we move on to the next part of your home, ask yourself, when was the last time my doorway felt welcoming to others, to money, to me? Not decorated, not functional, but energetically open. If you can't remember, now is the time to make that shift. Because the doorway is only the beginning. In the next section, we'll go somewhere even more overlooked. The space that's supposed to help you release, but may be quietly leaking your energy instead. Number 2. The silent bathroom where release never fully happened. There's a moment most people don't talk about. You step into the bathroom, maybe first thing in the morning or late at night. You turn on the light, wash your face, or run the water for a shower. But instead of feeling lighter, you feel a strange kind of heaviness. It's subtle, but real. You walk in hoping for a reset, a pause, a small relief. But when you walk out, the tension hasn't left. It's still sitting on your shoulders, in your chest, or at the back of your mind. That's not your imagination. That's stuck energy in the bathroom, more than almost any other space in your home, tends to hold it. This is the room where the body releases what it no longer needs. But it's also the room where emotions often spill quietly, invisibly. Think about it. How many times have you stood in front of the mirror trying not to cry? How many deep exhales have you taken in the shower, trying to let something go without saying a word? Stress, frustration, grief, they all pass through here, unspoken, unacknowledged. And over time, they settle. Not into the walls, but into the energy. And once the release stops being complete, it starts becoming a leak. When energy leaks from the bathroom, you start to feel it in ways you can't quite explain. You sleep, but don't feel rested. You eat well, but still feel sluggish. Your finances feel like a bucket with a tiny hole. Money comes in, but somehow always disappears. And no matter how organized or disciplined you are, you feel drained. As if something is quietly pulling your energy away when you're not looking. That's what an unbalanced bathroom does. Not all at once, but slowly, persistently. And yet, this is also one of the easiest places to shift, not by remodeling, not by buying anything new, but by understanding that release requires direction. If you want something to leave your space, emotion, tension, energetic weight, you have to give it a path. That's what this vinegar ritual is about. Not just wiping surfaces, but guiding what's stuck toward completion. Here's what to do. Boil 2 cups of water and let it cool slightly until warm, not hot. Add 1 cup of white vinegar. Then stir in a teaspoon of sea salt. This mixture isn't fancy, but it works because it carries 3 kinds of energy. Vinegar cuts, water moves, salt holds. Together, they support release without forcing anything. Prepare a soft cloth. And just like before, don't rush. Start with the faucet handles, move to the sink rim, the mirror edges, the corners of the floor, and especially the base of the toilet and the shower tiles. Not because these are dirty, but because these are the places where stuck energy tends to pool. As you clean, use circular motions. This isn't just for cleanliness, it's symbolic. Circles complete. Circles signal to energy you can go now. You don't need to chant or say anything unless you feel moved to. But stay present. Feel your breath. Let this act be quiet but meaningful. You're not scrubbing, you're releasing. I once guided a woman who said she always felt tired no matter how much she slept. She had tried supplements, routines, even therapy. But nothing touched that constant foggy fatigue. We started here her bathroom. She followed this process, not expecting much. But halfway through, she told me she stopped and cried. Not out of sadness, but out of relief. The kind of tears that come when your body finally feels safe enough to let go. 3 days later, she messaged me again. I feel like I can breathe in my own house for the first time in years. Not because of the vinegar, but because her space was finally allowed to let go. That's what so many homes are waiting for, not more furniture, not better habits, but permission to release. Your bathroom may be sparkling clean, but if it's energetically holding on to what you've tried to forget, it will quietly drain you. And you'll keep trying to fix things outside money, moods, relationships without realizing the slow leak is happening right under your roof. So let this part of your home become what it was meant to be, a place of clear, complete release. Do this once a week for 3 weeks. Not to chase results, but to shift rhythm. To teach your space that release is safe, that closure is possible, that energy doesn't have to stagnate or turn back inward. When you're done, open a window even just for 10 minutes. Let the air change. Let what's been stuck move out fully. You'll know something's changed not by what looks different but by how the room feels. Lighter, clearer, like it finally exhaled. This practice isn't just for your bathroom, it's for your body, your boundaries, your breath, because the more you release what no longer belongs, the more room you make for what does. In the next part of this journey, we'll step into the most intimate space of your home, the bedroom. The place where your nervous system tries to rest, where love softens or hardens, where dreams begin and sometimes stall. And you'll learn why cleansing this space might be the quietest but most powerful way to reset your energy, your relationships, and even your luck. Number 3. The OLD mirror bedroom, where sleepless energy repeats itself. There's a kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. You wake up, but you're still exhausted. You lie down early, hoping for rest, but your mind won't quiet. The room is dark, the bed is soft, but something in the air feels unsettled. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, it's not just in your head. Because the bedroom, more than any other space, is where emotional residue quietly gathers. Not with drama, not with noise, but in the stillness, in the silence between thoughts, in the way the room remembers what you try to forget. The bedroom is where your guard drops, where your nervous system tries to soften. It's where your body repairs and your spirit realigns. But when this space holds on to unresolved energy, stress, arguments, worry, loneliness, it becomes harder and harder to truly rest. Not just sleep, but restore. And over time, that lack of deep restoration shows up everywhere, in your decisions, your relationships, your resilience. That's why this space matters so much, and why most people overlook it completely. One of the biggest energetic disruptors in a bedroom is also one of the most ignored: the mirror. Mirrors aren't neutral. They amplify whatever they reflect. And if a mirror in your bedroom has been facing tension, restlessness, or emotional heaviness, it doesn't just reflect, it repeats. Night after night, that energy bounces back, quietly reinforcing the very things you're trying to release. This isn't about superstition. It's about how the nervous system responds to subtle cues. And your body knows when a space feels safe or not. But the mirror is just one piece. Look around your bedroom. That old photo you kept out of guilt. The drawer full of things tied to a time you no longer live in. The nightstand where you once cried quietly, not to disturb anyone. These aren't just objects. They're emotional anchors. And if your bedroom is full of emotional anchors, your energy can't float. It stays stuck, tangled, and tired. So, how do you begin to shift this? Start with a gentle vinegar solution, 2 cups of lukewarm water, 3 tablespoons of white vinegar. That's all. You don't need strong scents. Subtlety is the key here. Use a soft cloth. Begin with the bedframe, wipe slowly, especially the headboard, where so much emotional energy collects. Move to the nightstands, drawer handles, and wardrobe pulls. Finally, wipe the mirror. Carefully, deliberately. Not just the glass, but the edges, the frame, the surface it stands on. You're not just cleaning, you're clearing a loop that may have been repeating for months, even years. Take your time. You don't have to talk, but if words come to you, let them. Some people say nothing. Some whisper forgiveness. Some say goodbye to a version of themselves they've outgrown. All are welcome. What matters most is your presence. Because when you show up with intention, the space responds. And something beautiful tends to happen, not right away, not always dramatically, but gently. A deeper sleep, a lighter morning, a sense of clarity that returns without you chasing it. One woman I worked with shared this: after I cleaned the mirror and wiped around my old keepsakes, I slept through the night for the first time in weeks. And the next day I felt like myself again. Not because something new arrived, but because something finally left. That's the real magic of this work. Not in adding, but in allowing release. So much of our lives are filled with noise, movement, responsibility. But healing often begins in the quiet. In the moments we choose to notice what's been quietly calling out for our attention. If you've been restless, if your sleep feels light, if your thoughts keep circling the same old patterns, start here. Your bedroom might not look wrong, but energy doesn't live in appearances. It lives in feeling. And your body already knows when something is off. Clear the mirror. Clear the handles. Gently touch the objects tied to memories, and decide if they still serve who you are now. If not, release them. Or at least cleanse the space around them. Because sometimes you don't need to throw things away. You just need to shift the energy they carry. And when you're done, open a window even slightly. Let fresh air reintroduce itself. Let the room breathe. You might notice a different kind of quiet, one that feels lighter, not heavy. That's not your imagination. That's what it feels like when a room stops echoing old noise. This is not just about sleep. It's about alignment. When your bedroom supports restoration, your whole life begins to feel more manageable. Problems don't disappear, but your capacity to meet them expands. Your thoughts feel steadier. Your heart softens. And slowly, the energy that once felt stuck begins to flow again. In the next part of this series, we'll step outside the surfaces and into a deeper ritual using vinegar and salt to draw out stagnant energy from your entire home, especially those areas that feel dense, unclear, or emotionally charged. It's simple, powerful, and revealing, and it will show you sometimes visually what your house has been holding on to. Number 4. The glass that tells the truth, where stuck energy becomes visible. Some things in life are invisible until they're not. You can't always see tension, but you can feel it in a tight jaw or a sleepless night. You can't see emotional exhaustion, but it shows up in the way you start canceling plans or forgetting why you walked into a room. You can't see energy, but your body knows when something in your space feels off. And sometimes, the only way to believe what your body already senses is to see it with your own eyes. That's what this next ritual does. It doesn't just shift energy, it shows you what your space has been quietly holding. No candles, no chants. Just a clear glass, some vinegar, and a few spoonfuls of coarse salt. Simple, unassuming, and quietly revealing. This is not a magic trick. It's not meant to scare you or mystify the process. It's meant to reconnect you with the truth that your home is a living system, one that absorbs, holds, and sometimes reflects the weight of everything you've been trying to carry alone. You may have cleaned the doorway. You may have released the bathroom. You may have softened the bedroom, but some energy hides deeper. In corners, in conversations, in things left unsaid for years. This ritual brings those pieces to the surface so they can be seen, acknowledged, and gently released. Here's how it works. Choose a clear glass, not plastic, not colored, clear, because transparency matters energetically and visually. Pour in white vinegar until the glass is half full. Then slowly add 3 heaping spoonfuls of coarse or sea salt. Don't stir. Don't cover. Just place the glass in an area of your home that feels heavy, stale, or emotionally unsettled. It could be the living room where arguments often happen, the office where money stress builds, the corner you always avoid but don't know why. Trust your intuition. It already knows where to look. Leave the glass undisturbed for 24 hours. That's it. During that time, the vinegar breaks down stagnant energy. The salt draws it in and holds it. And the glass becomes a mirror not of your face, but of your space. After a day, come back and look. You might see salt rising up the sides, tiny bubbles forming, cloudy swirls where there used to be clarity. You might even feel a chill or a shift in the air without knowing why. This isn't to create fear. It's to create awareness. Most people go years without ever truly seeing what their space has been holding. And once you see it, once you let yourself see it, something changes. Not because of the vinegar, but because you gave the unseen a form. You acknowledged what was there. And acknowledgement is a powerful way to begin release. After 24 hours, don't leave the glass there. Do not keep it in your home. It has done its work. Carefully pour the contents down an outdoor drain or dispose of it far from your living space. Wash the glass thoroughly if you wish to reuse it. But do not reuse the mixture. It's not just a liquid anymore, it's a container of what your home was ready to let go. I've had people repeat this ritual weekly for 3 weeks, and every time, the reaction shifts. The first time often feels intense. The second feels lighter. By the third, the glass stays clearer longer. That doesn't mean your space is perfect. It means it's healing, layer by layer, gently, just like you. And the deeper gift of this practice, it teaches you to see again, to trust what your body notices, to believe in subtle shifts, to understand that energy doesn't need to be loud to be real. I've seen women cry not because the glass was cloudy, but because for the first time, they felt validated in their intuition. I knew something was off, one woman told me. And now I'm not crazy for feeling it. That kind of clarity is worth everything. This ritual can be repeated whenever your space feels heavy, after guests leave, during times of transition, or simply when you want to reset the energy. It's a tool, not a crutch. And its power isn't in what it does for you, it's in what it reveals to you. Your home is speaking. This just helps you hear it more clearly. Before we close this section, I want you to remember something important. Just because you couldn't see it before, doesn't mean it wasn't affecting you. And now that you can see it, you have the power to choose what stays and what goes. That's real Feng Shui. That's real energy work. Not about aesthetics or perfection, but about awareness, movement, and release. In the final section of this journey, we'll bring everything together: timing, intention, elements, and I'll show you how to seal the shifts you've made, so they hold. Because cleansing is only half the work. The other half is honoring what comes next. Final. What you've just done, if you've followed each step, or even simply listened with an open heart, is more than a series of rituals. It's an act of remembering, of reconnecting to the quiet intelligence of your space. Because every home holds memory, and every object, every corner, every mirror carries a story. Sometimes those stories lift us, sometimes they linger longer than they should, and without realizing it, we begin to adapt to the weight. We call it fatigue, or bad luck, or being stuck. But often, it's not us, it's the energy around us that's no longer in sync with who we've become. When you clear the doorway, you reopen the point where life greets you. When you cleanse the bathroom, you restore the sacred act of release. When you soften the bedroom, you give rest a chance to do its real work. And when you place that quiet glass of vinegar and salt in the corner, you stop guessing and start seeing. These aren't just tasks. They're gestures of respect for yourself and for the life you're still building. Energy, like water, needs a channel. Like breath, it needs rhythm. Like healing, it needs space. And now you've created space, quietly, gently, without force. So if something in your life begins to feel different this week, a conversation that softens, a worry that lifts, a new opportunity that finds you, don't brush it off as coincidence. You've made room for it. And if nothing changes right away, that's okay too. Because not all shifts are loud. Some simply unfold, layer by layer, in their own time. Trust that. Thank you for staying, for listening, for caring enough to notice what your space has been whispering to you. That, in itself, is rare. And if no one has said it to you today, I'm proud of you. Not for what you cleaned, but for what you chose to release. May your home become softer. May your energy become clearer. And may your next chapter arrive with ease, now that the way is open. You are not stuck. You were simply ready to begin again.